if it's one highest leverage skill that I think you need in trading, it's going to be this one in this video. I have no doubt that it's going to be this one. And the reason I'm saying that is because I've been working with traders. Well, I've been in trading for nearly 11 years, and I've been working with traders now probably around about just over 3 years. And the same things and the same questions and the same behaviors will always come up. They always will. But as we've progressed, our traders have progressed, the traders that we work with. So they're not so much beginners now, but you would think that what I'm going to cover today in this video would just be for beginners, but it's not. It's for people who've been trading for 2 years, 3 years, still can't get that consistency, can't make that breakthrough, and they're just struggling. Not just beginners, all levels of traders. And that, my friends, is focusing on the one thing. Now, broadly, focus. Now, some people might say, well, I can focus for 5 minutes without scrolling TikTok. Or I can focus, on a Netflix show without checking my phone when I get the phantom vibration on the side of the sofa or in my pocket. But the reality is we struggle big time, and me as well, in this world of distraction. And when it comes to trading, there is so many different distractions out there, from the Holy Grail strategy that some people say, or my strategy is 100% win rate and they've tested it for 7 days, or this is the only strategy in the world. And I get that. It's clickbait. It wants people. They're trying to sell something, etc. And if that's the way that they market things, then, so be it. But the reason the industry's got such a bad name, and the reason that a lot of people fail within this industry, is because they lack focus. Now, of course, you can go away and read many, many books and many, many videos on focus, and you can focus on one thing and really struggle on another. But I was not rereading, but just skimming through some of my books over the weekend, and there's this one book, okay? The one thing. I repeat that because I want you to get that in here. And when I repeat, it will register. The one thing. And the book is bestseller, whatever it is, a Wall Street Journal seller or whatever it is. However, it's a very short book. There's around 210 pages or something like that in this book. You can't miss it. It's bright yellow. Now, I'm not going to go too much in the book, but what it basically means is you try and catch 2 rabbits, you're not going to catch any. And if you try and do multiple things, then it's going to be hard for you to be successful in anything that you do. That's why having loads of tabs open on your desktop or your Windows or your Mac, or not having timers, not having procrastination clocks, not clocking yourself out. All these things of focus, you need to really, really be present. Now, when we speak about trading, this is a high level and a high pressured environment. This is like elite level. For those that don't know, my background is obviously elite sports, and the concentration and the pressure is very similar. It's very, very similar in relation to you need to be in a certain high pressure environment. Now, there's no coach on the side unless you've got a mentor or a trading buddy. There's no crowd of 10, 15,000 booing you or shouting you and creating that anxiety, but there's money involved. And when there's money involved, this is then where it becomes about pressure. And if you're trying to focus on multiple things, well, let me tell you one thing. If you've ever played sports, in any type of sports, and I'll name football for one of them in the UK, if the ball is coming to me and I'm concentrating about what I might have for my dinner that evening, or who may be in the crowd, I'm probably going to make the wrong decision when that ball comes to my feet. This is the same thing when it comes to life, but more importantly, when it comes to trading. So when we speak about focus, how can we adapt? How can we learn? And how can we bring this into our trading? Not just on a broader level, but on a niche level, to make sure that we get the best out of trading. Because trading, my friends, is not complicated. It is very, very simple. Now, I'm not going to say that it's easy. I'm not going to say that you'll be a trader in 2 weeks. Some people get lucky. Some people get beginner's luck. But on a psychological level, that's just not the case. So what you need to do is understand that the newest indicator, the newest platform, the newest AI prompt, the newest account from a prop firm, the new podcast you've watched, the new YouTube video, this may be your first, they're not the answers. My videos are not the answer. They are just guides and pointers and energy shifting you the way that you need to go. But if you don't focus that energy, where focus goes, energy flows, as they say, if you don't do that, you're never really going to land where you need to land. So this is what I mean when I say that. I have people and traders that I've worked with in my community. And the way that we trade is very, very simple. There's around 4 or 5 levels that you trade from throughout the day. We've just added more with gamma and options levels, but you can remove them and only use 2 of them. But let's just say for simplicity's sake, there's 4 or 5 levels that you can trade from. They're the high probability trades from. Now, why would you trade from any other area in the charts if I'm given the analysis, we've got a strategy, we give the levels, and we trade from those levels? Why would anybody trade from any other area? That doesn't make sense, does it? But people will still do that. People will still allow their brain to try and fix and find something else because we are fixers, we are contrarian, we are ambitious, we are creative. But what that does is that causes us to be easily distracted and go down rabbit holes we do not need to be going down. And this is a form of procrastination. We jump from one to the other, 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 when the answer is right in front of you. Now, I trade from the same levels, near enough the same times of the day, London session. It normally happens within an hour. I've been testing the first hour of New York, and that's been working on a different strategy, so I'm not going to go into that. But the same levels, the same entry criteria, the same asset, and nearly 90% of the time, the same trading window. Now, just by doing that, and I didn't really trade last week quite a lot, I made 5 figures in 1 week. Now, albeit 2 was on evaluation combines and 1 was cash account. But that would still put me over, even if the cash account would still put me over a $20,000 month. Now, I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, $80,000 this month or $100,000 this month, and then not tell you that I spent $35,000 on evaluations. I'm not going to do that. I was lucky enough that I only spent $600 and came out with 5 figures. But that's not going to be the case all the time and time again. But that only worked because for the last 3 or 4 years, I've concentrated on one thing, one way of getting in trades. Now, it slightly shifted when I came from crypto because we needed more confluences. But for the last 24 to 36 months, it has been the same thing, and you just get more knowledgeable time and time again. So if you're consistently looking for the holy grail or the 99% win rate, or this is the only strategy that you need on planet Earth, you're always going to be looking for that because you don't believe in what you're actually trying to do. You don't believe in yourself. You don't have enough data. You don't give yourself enough time to actually see if what you're doing actually works. So the one good thing, my friends, is what you need to be concentrating on. And how are you going to do that? Well, it's simple. You're going to find one asset, one trading window, the levels to trade from, and one entry criteria. And if those criteria come into play, you're going to execute. You're going to execute like someone who is confident and believes in what they are actually doing. You're not going to have self-doubt. You're not going to question everything, because the minute you do that, you're allowing something to come in and you are going to talk yourself out of a trade, or you're going to wait for confirmation from someone else who you believe is above you. Remember, no one is above you. People who guide you are alongside you. So I want you to think about this. Are you doing the one thing? And I think this is a very, very good video and a good lesson to think about the one thing as in life. If you're going through something at the moment, concentrate on the one thing that needs to be done for you to go in the path that your energy is bringing you towards or pulling you towards. Concentrate on the one thing. And then when that one thing is done, concentrate on the next one thing that needs to be done for you to grow. As a trader, as a man, as a woman, that's what you need to do. So I'm glad that I was skimming some books, because this has really helped me at the moment this weekend. Because I've been doing a little bit of reading across a couple of books. Another great book as well, Green Lights. Go and check that out. Another good book as well. But my point of this video, people, is stop jumping around looking for answers, looking for other confluences, because you lack belief in what you are trying to do. Be you. Be you. And it doesn't matter whether I've got a good strategy or Billy down the road has got a good strategy. Be you. Understand what you're trying to do. Understand your strategy and you will move forward. I've got some amazing people in our community, all right? And the ones that are successful internally and externally are doing the same thing time and time again. And if they lose that trade, they lose that trade because they have belief that the next trade that they take is more than likely going to play out for them because it's a probability game. So they may trade the 100 tick chart. They may trade from the Fibonacci, but it will all be in and around the key areas. They may just trade from the previous daily high, but that might be a higher term time frame Fibonacci. But the key point is, my friends, is the levels are where you should be trading from, and the belief in what you're trying to do should come from you because you have gained the knowledge.